I think we've hit another important milestone. And that is, I think that I've completed all the woodwork. There's probably going to be something else remaining that I discover, but as far as I'm aware, it's all done. The only thing that is remaining that I do know of, I have to cut that bit off there.
So I'll just wait till it's finished.
But I'll do that once I get to the dismantling stage so I can paint stuff. So yeah, bit of a different video. I'm not showing you how to do things, it's more of what I've done in this episode. And the reason for that is a couple of things I didn't want to film as I was going because I didn't have a flipping clue how to do it, and I cocked it up, but I managed to rectify it so it came good in the end, some sort of shape. And what I'm on about there is I've made the cabinet doors. I was scratching my head for ages on these because I haven't got a clue what I've done, but that measurement from that upright there to there, and to there to there, and from there to there and there to there is all the same. 1 mil difference maybe, but you put a square in that area, from there to there and there to there, it's square. You put a square from there to there and it's about 1 mil out. You put a square on that side, it's like 5 mil out. So how the measurements for the openings are all the same, I can't get my head around it. Sorcery. Anyway, so you know what happened. I measured it, cut the doors, ready, and then yeah, it didn't fit in that one then. It was like, what's the flipping shape? Is it a parallelogram, is it? So rather than a rectangle like that, it looked like that in the opening. Rather than cut a new one, I shaved some off the top. And so yeah, if I was like charging for this work, I would have to do it all again, but it's for me in it. So it isn't precisely perfect, but I've never claimed to be a carpenter. I'm learning as I go. So eagle-eyed people will notice the gap at the bottom there is smaller than that gap by there. Rather than cutting a whole new one, I can live with that. So the hinges I bought for it are featured on many campervan conversion websites that you can buy, and they're like campervan cabinet door hinges they're listed as, so they spin right the way around. I think there's a few different orientations you can do it as. I got these off of Amazon. I'll chuck the link in the description for them, and I found out they were cheaper off there than anywhere else on a private website that I could find. So yeah, if you fancy some of them, don't buy them off the other sites. Click on my link and I earn a couple of pence or something as well through the affiliate thing. The push button, push to release door handle buttony things, they were the cheapest I found, so I'll stick the link down for them as well. And obviously if you haven't seen these and you're into campervans, then well, I don't know where you've been. So it's just like that. I cocked them up as well.
Oh geez, not another one.
I fitted this bit properly, but I fitted it too close to there. I didn't allow the room for the latch bit that goes on there for it to hook onto. So yeah, when I put it on then, the door wouldn't shut because it was hitting it. But the way I rectified it is I just routed out a slot in the upright there, and they both slot into it. As far as I'm concerned, it was actually a better idea, because I don't know what you're meant to do when you have the two, they're just a bit of L-shaped steel that go on there, and then when you push the thing, it goes behind it, and then it can't open like that. But if you've got two doors, obviously you can't stick the screws through for one and then the screws through for the other, because they're in the the same holes then. So I nut and bolted it first, but yeah, that didn't work because they would have hit it. So I assume you're meant to like offset them or something. Carpenters, let me know. I haven't got a clue. But my way worked in the end. But yeah, if you're fitting them, they gotta be further out that way. It's just a case of drill a 20mm hole so that the outer ring can push in, and then you put that bit through from the other side then, and 2 screws, on it goes. I put a shelf in there, and obviously you've got to have door stops as well, so the door doesn't go inwards, so I fitted them. If you remember, I put the toilet in that one. I've changed my mind now. It's going to go in this one, because if I was going to put a shelf in this one, it would have to go all the way in there, and I want that to be where my electrics and battery and stuff are, so I didn't want a shelf in the way of that, because trying to get to it if something goes wrong would have been a nightmare then. So put the shelf in this one, and the toilet will go in this one when you need it in there. So another plan of mine was to put a cabinet door on here, but yeah, that didn't work because the hinges for this one is in the way. Unless I put the hinges on this, well, no one wants a cupboard opening that way. It'd be a nightmare. So what I done is just put a little shelf in there. It's not fixed yet. I'm just going to glue it in there, and that's where you can put your shoes when you get into bed. So I've made it slightly bigger at the bottom to put a pair of boots in there, and then trainers on top. Next solution was the fridge. I didn't go for a door in the end. I went for a front on it, mainly because I think a door would have pissed me off, because if you're in bed and you want a can or something, then you gotta lean over. First you gotta open the door, then you gotta pull the fridge out, then open the hatch for the fridge, get your stuff out. Do all that in reverse, but to try and then close the door that would have been out here, yeah, that wouldn't have been nice. So I'll have some kind of pull on here, like a bit of a leather strap or something, and then we'll just go like that. If you remember, there was a little end to this drawer that the cord for the fridge was then going through, and that's why I was worried about putting an end on it, because then it would have got trapped in there. Well, when I put this big face on first, I screwed it through there, and it was quite wobbly, so I thought, right, how can I rectify that and cure the power cable problem getting sandwiched in between the two boards. So I took that one out, so now the power cable isn't sandwiched in, and what I've done is just drill loads of pocket holes and in the sides there as well, and it's solid enough. And now that I did it out of 18mm as well, so it wouldn't bend or anything. So yeah, that's sorted. Now for the back. So, well, you can obviously see what I've done. I put 2 drawers at the top. They're just on your normal style runners. They're heavy duty, but they're not locking ones, because I didn't need them. They're locking, and they actually click in at the end anyway. And then this one is a locking one. I think this is 5 foot long. There we are. I've just discovered the woodworking isn't finished.
Oh, here we go again.
It's slightly rubbing by there, so I'll have to give that sand on that corner. I'll stick the link in the description for these. They're exactly the same as the runners on the kitchen drawer, but they're not. So they look the same, but I think they're from a different manufacturer, and obviously these ones in the kitchen one are a foot longer. If you're planning on doing this kind of setup, I would recommend getting all your runners at the same time and getting them all off the same manufacturer. You might end up saving some money that way as well, in like postage and stuff. I bought them all at different times, and what I found is that even though they look identical, because I've got two big drawers next to each other, obviously these pair of runners here, so the left one for this one and the right one for this one, they've got to then bolt together through the same fixings. So all of you who said, you've done the joint connector bolts wrong, drilling that big hole in the runners, you were wrong.
I'm never wrong.
At least for half of it. Because I didn't have to do it on that one, but I did have to do it on one of these. So you were wrong for one rail, and I was wrong for 3 rails, if you get what I mean. Anyway, yeah, when you go and bolt them together then, some of the holes didn't line up. So I'm going to have to cross that bridge when I come to it. I've only fitted them in with the bare minimum of hardware at the moment. And it wasn't a case of they were in the wrong spot each as well. Some of them were in the right spot, but they were slightly off height-wise as well. So yeah, I think if you bought them all from the same place, you wouldn't have to contend with that. And then these ones, they're from a different manufacturer as well. But these are good because these you can remove the drawers on. So you don't have to unbolt everything. You can just flip that lever there. See it click back down? Flip that lever and the one on the other side as well. And you can pull the drawer out with this part of the rail, and that part stays connected to the van. So that worked out really well when trying to make it all. And I've done one last thing, which is utilizing all the space as well, and made some secret compartments. So I've utilized the space down there that is beyond the bed uprights. And how we get to them is you take part of the bed slats out with it. So I just screwed it into some 18mm vertical parts so they're all connected, and then you can get down in there. So you can put, like, I don't know, your valuables or your dirty laundry in there, and then you just slot it back in. It's probably not something you would want to get access to in a hurry, because obviously you'd have to roll the mattress back. And then same this side, although there's 3 slats on that side. So there you go, and you can get to all that in there. And obviously to box all that in, I had to put 2 ends on there. So that was just cut it out of 12mm ply to shape and then screw it in. Yeah, there's another thing I gotta rectify.
Oh, you're taking the piss now.
The front on the fridge door is slightly too high. It's hitting the back of this drawer, so it's pulling it outwards. Just gonna chuck this in as a late entry. I did this after I did all the previous filming of this episode. So like I said, the top of the face of this drawer was hitting the bottom of the top drawer, the back of the top drawer, as you pulled the main kitchen unit out. So I knew I had to rectify that because it was leaving this where it was. So to counteract that, I measured what room we were allowed to play with, and I had a maximum of 4 centimeters that I could make this plinth out of, and a minimum I think of 2.5, so I cut it to 3, screwed that in, and then obviously cut the top of this drawer down to suit. And then what I've also done is put another one of those catches on the front of the drawer there, the same as what we got on the cabinet doors. And then that stops the drawer from sliding out when you step on the brakes of the van. You know, you come to a halt and that would have gone, but now it can't because that is stopping it. But it won't stop it from going that way when you pull the kitchen drawer out. It'll just go that way with it because it's only stopping it from this way. So I'm quite happy with that now, and it obviously matches the cabinet doors as well. And I've also shaved the top of this drawer down so it doesn't catch on that drawer. So if you pull it all the way out, it's not hitting it now. So that's everything that I've done. Secret compartments at the back, 3 more drawers at the back. We got some cubby holes here and cabinet doors. Hope you like what you can see now, because it's pretty much the finished layout now. So yeah, click on the like button if you do. If I've helped you with anything along the way up until this point, then consider buying me a coffee. Link for that is in the description as well. It all helps the build and the channel and stuff like that. And obviously, most importantly, click on the subscribe button, because that helps the channel too. Doesn't cost anything. It just I appear in your subscription list, that's all. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.